check here on my page to see if I can in fact see that we are live. And if you are watching this right now, I would love a comment in LinkedIn confirming that you see us.
How exciting.
And yeah, I wonder, Casey, if you check your LinkedIn, do you get a notification that says we're live?
I don't think I was the host, so I don't know about this. But I can try. Here I go.
Yeah, if you just go to LinkedIn, it should. I think it's good, but I always like to just make sure it's actually going where we think it's going to.
I don't see anything.
Interesting that it says view as member. Oh, it's working. It's working.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. Happy Pride Month to everyone watching. Thank you for being an ally. And I see you if you are one of us. But either way, I'm excited to share a very special person to me today with all of you. My friend Casey Miller, who is an executive coach. He might, I'll let him give a proper introduction on how he likes to be called. But he's helped me a lot. He's helped people I care and know about quite a lot. And I know that the world of executive coaching and consulting can feel really fluffy. So what we're going to do today is an actual coaching session. So I'm a little terrified, but I'm here to help show the way. And I know it's helped me a lot, and I hope it helps you a lot too.
It's awesome, Luke. Thanks for being here. And yeah, sometimes coaching can feel ambiguous or what is that thing? And I think it's a great idea to showcase what it is and actually using something that's real for you rather than something that's scripted. So thanks for having me. My name is Casey Miller. I run a leadership development and executive coaching company called 6.5 Consulting. And for the past 15 years, I've been helping senior executives, leaders, C-suites, owners grow their companies. And as they grow their companies, face some of the fears, the uncertainties, and the challenges that come along with their growth. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, and that's what we'll do today. So I know we talked a little bit yesterday about some areas. So at this point, I'm just going to let you take over and just run this like you would normally run an abridged coaching session.
Cool. So first and foremost, Luke, let's pretend that no one is watching and it literally we're just having a conversation. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
So that's the first thing. And the second thing is like, we're just gonna have a conversation here. There's nothing particularly scary or weird about coaching. If done right, it should feel very natural. But it always starts with a topic. It always starts with something that that an executive or a leader or a human being is wrestling with or has some uncertainty around. So let's start there. What's on your mind today, friend?
Yeah, I think it's just prioritization over a lot of competing interests. I just recently moved to Salt Lake, and so that means I'm trying to make new friends and incorporate into the community and trying to prioritize seeing family in Wyoming, which are 3 to 8 hours away, trying to, show up really great for Canopy, which is a wonderful company that I started at a couple months ago. And it's a lot, so it can be overwhelming and a little exhausting, but I'm running on adrenaline. So occasionally I find myself almost spinning with how many different things I have to do.
So today we're going to start talking about prioritization, and we're going to get somewhere in the next 15 or 20 minutes. Where do you want to end up? If we can fast forward and you get clarity, what do you really want to get clarity about? Or at least on the road towards clarity?
You mean like at the end of today or like?
Yeah, the end of our 15 little model. Like we're starting to talk about prioritization. You want to get clearer about it. We want to towards that. What do you want to get clearer about?
The thing that I would like to make sure I'm prioritizing is really spending some time for myself to be grounded so that I can show up better for everyone.
More about that. What does that mean for you to be more grounded and to show up for people?
Making sure that I block out some time for myself to breathe and chill and relax and give myself permission to not be running and constantly going and just waking up and doing, which is what I've been doing the last 8 to 10 weeks.
Maybe even 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to maybe score yourself, score of 1 to 10, this going, this thing, how fast are you going?
10 being the fastest.
Yeah, 10 being the fastest.
Probably at least an 8.
Like an 8. Yeah. And what's an 8 look like or feel like to you?
Well, even for our prep session today, right? I was making a coffee and I spilled it because I wasn't paying attention. And I added another person to our LinkedIn live prep session who is like, why am I on this event? So it is causing me to make really small mistakes. So I guess you asked the inverse. Did you ask the inverse?
Yeah. What's it like now for you at an 8? What's it feel like? What's running at an 8 look like?
Almost breathless.
Yeah. Where do you want to be?
More calm, cool, collected. Like a 6 is okay.
Like
6 to 7 is okay. Yeah.
Well, you tell me. This is your life. This is your coaching. You want to get some clarity now from getting from an 8. Is it a 7? Is it a 6? Where do you want to be?
I think long-term 6 for sure, but I'm okay being at a 7.
What should we be talking about today then? What level? Because that'll depend on where we go today. Do you want to coach towards a 7 or towards a 6?
7, yeah. I got stuff to do. Yeah.
One step down?
Yeah.
Okay. What's one step down look like to you?
It looks like making sure I take 20 minutes today to read my book.
Okay. What else?
It looks like having a wind down routine that allows me to go to sleep at a reasonable time and, making this my last coffee of the day. Whether that's doing the hot tub at my apartment building and then, probably no screens after 9 or so to make sure that I can be properly quieted to actually go to sleep at a good time to be able to be rested.
Can I offer an observation then? Even in like your describing of a 7, there's still a lot in there.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot.
Interesting. Yeah.
I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to. There's just a lot of lists in there. There's still a lot of doing. Almost like you're replacing one activity with another one.
Yeah. Yeah. So figuring out how to just be.
Well, that's a big question. What does that even mean to you? To just
probably letting go of this idea that I should be productive or I should be contributing or I should be doing something of value. And just rest.
What's the value in that?
Recharging, so even if I do get to an 8 again tomorrow, I have the energy to do it and hopefully make fewer mistakes. I'll just feel more grounded and less overwhelmed.
It sounds all well and good. You've probably said this to yourself before. I should probably do these things. But you don't do them.
Yeah.
What gets in the way of you not actually doing them? And where I might point you is that you touched on something about your belief. The belief is I've got to be productive. The belief is I've got to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask the question again for you. What actually gets in the way of you following your own advice?
Uh,
Hmm. Something just hit you right there.
yeah, it's like I don't like being told what to do even by myself. And so
Oh,
if I, it's kind of like the little kid syndrome, I feel like, where it's like, you can't tell me what to do.
even if it's to yourself.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with a bratty little kid?
Give them an iPad, I guess. I don't know.
One more distraction.
Yeah, exactly. Timeout. Put them in timeout. Stare at a wall.
Yeah, but that's still telling them what to do, right? Like, what's the adult equivalent of a timeout for you, where you wouldn't actually feel like you're punishing yourself?
I really think it's reading a book.
Yeah, I'm going to push back a little bit because if it were that easy, you'd do it already. But you don't have the discipline, and you don't
Mm.
have the mindsets, you don't have the beliefs to actually sit down and go and do that because you tell yourself something else. So we got to figure out what you're actually telling yourself that prevents you from sitting down and reading the book.
It's not that important. I have more important stuff to do. I've got more
It's like,
productive stuff to do. Yeah.
yeah, so it goes back to this thing about productivity.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean for you to be productive?
I think it's certainly a validation from people. I love talking to people. I love making connections. I love the validation of knowing that I made a good connection. Um, and I think there's probably an element of like proving my worth through this.
So there's a correlation between your value comes from the connections that you make with other people. That's
Yeah,
what your
definitely.
how many connections you produce is what
Yeah.
makes you worthwhile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love doing it.
Yeah, you're good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're good at it. But there's something that then prevents you from going from an 8 to a 7. That you've got
You
to
know,
be on the go all the time.
yeah, I think it's, part of it, which, we were talking in January, I had a really good routine of getting up at 5, going to the gym at 6, showering, going to the coffee shop, bringing my book, writing down my list of things to do, visioning what success was for that day. And then when I looked at my list, everything that was checked off, like I could call it a day, right? And right now, I just have this infinite amount of work. And so, no, even if I accomplish a huge amount in a day,
Hmm.
there's no sense of like, and now I can call that good. That's a good day.
Yeah. So is all work equal?
No, definitely not.
How do you measure what's good work versus maybe not good work, especially in light of what you just said about how productivity is about making good connections?
Let me rephrase that to you and tell me if this is right. How do I how do I know if I've done a good job at something?
Does that feel like a good question to ask yourself?
Yeah, I think a lot of this comes down to like what does success really mean
Hmm.
for a day or for a
Great day.
week or for a month? I
Yeah.
guess the day. We can focus on a day. That probably helps. Because right now I'm just so excited and on because I'm having so much fun with everything I'm doing right now that it's everything seems super urgent and important, except giving myself a little bit of a break, I think.
What I'm hearing from you is the stuff that makes you the most fulfilled and the most excited is when you're busy making connections for people.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's what you are great at. and what you
Yeah.
love doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much of your day is actually spent doing that?
Probably 2 out of 10 hours, maybe.
2 out of 10 hours. You're like your best self is you get 2 hours to that.
Mm, I think that's probably true. Yeah. It's hard to think because I'm always doing it like in the background. So like,
Yeah.
mm.
So how would you know if what you're doing is actually of value? Making connections.
Yeah, it's really hard to quantify other than people often come to me and tell me, people I don't remember tell me this, oh, you introduced me to this person. It's been so
Yeah, yeah,
helpful.
yeah.
Um, when I have conversations like that that people find really valuable and they ask like what they can do for me in return, I usually just tell them to give me a reference on LinkedIn. And so what I do is I'll scroll through my LinkedIn.
Can I interrupt you
Yeah,
first?
sure.
I want to make sure we're tracking on the thing that matters to you,
Hmm.
which is you getting from an 8 to a 7. So let's just take a beat here.
Hmm.
How are we doing on tracking towards that for you?
Not very good.
Yeah. You're at an 8 right now. You're just going.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do we need to really be talking about in this conversation to ground yourself to talk about what really matters?
I don't know.
So actually a lot of information. What does that tell you? That you don't know what we ought to be talking about? That you don't have an answer?
Yeah, everything feels like priority number one.
That's right. When you don't know where to go, you do a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
And that feels frenetic and it feels exciting and it feels like a lot of energy and it's really fun because there's something new and there's a shiny
Yeah,
object. And in there, you could probably make a really good connection. And then you tell yourself, well, that was great because I did that thing. Cool. Yeah. Where's my next hit?
yeah, exactly.
Fill in the rest of that sentence.
It's really fun and exciting and exhausting. And so then I only rest when I get exhausted.
What would you do at a 5?
Hmm. That's really hard to imagine.
Yeah. Can I tell you what I'm hearing? And then you make it
Yeah,
better, make it yours. Okay.
sure.
You would be more strategic about the things that we're actually deliberately making connections rather than
Hmm.
filling your day with busy work. Because right now, the
Hmm.
busy work sometimes gets confused for value
Yeah,
because maybe something comes out of it. And then you tell
yeah.
yourself, oh, well, then I was doing that thing. And so it was valuable. Right.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of white noise in the background,
Yeah,
static.
totally.
So how could you be more deliberate? First of all, does my reframing of it resonate with you?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So how could you be more strategic in your day at a 7 in service of making connections?
I mean, I think it's as simple as writing out my priorities in order and making sure that I'm working on them in sequence.
Have you been doing that before?
I did in January.
In January.
Yeah,
And then what happened?
I stopped.
Because?
A lot of travel was
Yep.
one reason.
Yep.
That's probably the biggest one. And then, I accepted a new job. I
Yeah.
decided to move.
Life got in the way. All these things. Yeah, you moved from.
Yeah.
So I have a challenge for you. Look. This used to work for you, but you've fallen off. You've fallen off the wagon. Starting your day deliberately with a check item list of the things that matter most was a system that worked for you. So you know that it can work again.
Yep.
My challenge is that you reinitiate that.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow morning. Do you accept my challenge? And with challenges, you can say yes, no, or counter offer.
Yes, I'll text you at 5:30, which is 4:30 your time.
Don't text me. But how will you hold yourself accountable to that?
I'm just making a commitment to myself, and I strive to be impeccable with my word. And when I follow through on things I said I was going to do, I feel better, and it creates a lot of momentum naturally without force.
What are you learning about yourself today, Luke?
I've been operating in a very excited and frenetic mode for a few months, and it's been fun, and I maybe had to do it for a little while, but I am giving myself permission to slow down.
Actually, to be a better version of yourself. It's actually necessary. To actually be more successful, you actually have to do this. If you keep going at the rate that you're doing, you're not going to be out there doing what you're meant to do, which is make really powerful and strong connections for people.
Yeah, I'll just burn out, kind of spray and pray.
Yeah. So we just did a little fast and furious here.
Yeah.
We were talking for an hour where we might dive into some of more of the underlying beliefs and mindsets. But today, for some demo purposes, we've gotten to a place. You started saying that you wanted to get a bit more clarity on the procrastination thing, this prioritization thing, and get from an 8 to a 7. Have you gotten there?
I definitely feel more. Yeah, I feel clear on what I need to do in order to be a 7. And I think doing that, I'm very easily on track to be a 5 or 6 just by doing that.
Is there anything left unsaid that you need to say right now to walk away feeling complete in this conversation?
Nothing is really coming to mind. I feel like there's clarity over like what works for me and how I need to get back into it. And so as I get ready to go off on all these accounting conferences, see you in Vegas if you're going to be there for Engage, or Orlando for scaling, it's all the more important for me to have this rhythm set up so that way I can function at the level I want to.
The good news is we talk a couple times a week, so I'm going to check it out and make sure you're doing it.
Yeah. Agreed. Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you, Casey. For anyone who's curious, how would they get in touch with you?
Casey Miller at 6.5consulting.com. It's all spelled out. Or you can go to my website, www.6andahafconsulting.com.
Awesome. All right, Casey. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for watching. And I hope you got something from this. I know I did.
See you later. Oh, and JR's there. Hey.